Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to biology class for grade 8 pre-9th. As you know that we have already started the different levels of organization, and different levels of organization indicate that human body, a plant body or animal body basically consists of different types of levels, and these levels are actually starting from the subatomic. Then we have come across the atomic level, molecular level. So these three or two levels at least we have completed in the previous lesson, previous lecture. Now in this class, in this lesson, we are going to discuss the third, fourth and the fifth level of organization, which are organelle and cell level, tissue level and organ system level. These topics are mentioned or given on page number 9 of chapter number 1 of textbook. So we are going to start first with the organelle and cell level. Now what is organelle level first? So definition of organelle level. Organelle level. Basically organelle level is formed by many biomolecules which are assembled together, which are collecting together in a particular way and form the organelle level. So definition is, you have to note down the definition. Biomolecules, because it is the previous level which now gather together. Biomolecules assemble or collect, they are actually gathering together. So I'm writing the exact word, assemble together. जिस तरह से आप assembly के लिए जमा होते हैं, इसी तरह assemble का मतलब इकट्ठे होना. So it's assemble in a particular way, एक ख़ास तरीके से, in a particular way and form or to form. So again I am repeating, biomolecules assemble in a particular way to form organelle level. Organelles or simply you can say organelle level. Actually what are these organelles? These organelles are, or you can also write, these are actually subcellular structures. So these organelles are subcellular structures, that is the smaller structure of the cell. Subcellular structure of cell, of cells. ये सेल के बहुत ही छोटे स्ट्रक्चर्स होते हैं, इसी वजह से इनको सेल के छोटे स्ट्रक्चर यानी सब सेलुलर भी कहा जाता है. And finally, you have to write down some of the examples of the organelle level then. What are the examples now? There are basically two examples. Number one, first one is mitochondria. The first example of the organelle is mitochondria. And these mitochondria are specialized for, what are the functions? They are specialized for the cellular respiration. That is, the cellular respiration is basically under the control of mitochondria inside the cell. Now these mitochondria basically are structured like this. ये इस तरह का स्ट्रक्चर है जो कि आपके ऑर्गेनल लेवल की शक्ल में सेल के अंदर साइटोप्लाज्म में मौजूद होते हैं. They have outer boundary as well as the inner boundary. And these inner boundary consist of many infoldings which are called cristae. So this is the outer membrane of the mitochondria, outer membrane, while the inner membrane is infolding. This is the inner membrane. This whole area is called the inner membrane, and now I am labeling inner membrane because around it, around this central dots जो कि मैंने अभी बनाए, इसके अतराफ में जितनी भी इन फोल्डिंग्स की शक्ल में आपको ये नज़र आ रही है मेम्ब्रेन, इट इज़ कॉल्ड द इनर मेम्ब्रेन. and inner membrane is that type of membrane which increase the surface area for gaseous exchange or for simply the cellular respiration inside the cell. So this is the small structure. You can also make it, that is called mitochondria. Another organelles, that is the second type of organelles which are present as organelle inside the cytoplasm, are called ribosomes. And what are ribosomes? Ribosomes are somewhat like structures having two units. You can make the diagram as well, having the smaller unit and the smaller and as well as the larger unit. So mention here, it consists of two units, the larger subunit or unit and this small one, that is I'm making it with some dots over it. So this is the smaller subunit. So ribosome is actually the structure. It is a tiny granular structure that are either floating freely in cytoplasm or bound to the endoplasmic reticulum. So these organelles are responsible for protein synthesis, that is they are specialized for protein synthesis for the cell. ये सेल के लिए प्रोटीन बनाने का काम करते हैं, क्योंकि यही प्रोटीन बहुत सारे जो मेटाबॉलिक एक्टिविटीज़ होती हैं सेल की उसमें काम आती हैं. तो दिस इज़ द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द राइबोसोम एंड दिस इज़ द function of ribosome, which are basically the organelles and making another organelle level inside the cell. Along with the organelle level, you can also observe another level that is called the cell level. Now the next part of the organelle and cell level is cell or cell level. So now we are going to define the cell. Now as you have done in your previous classes about the cell, that what is cell? Cell is the basic unit of living organism. That is it actually the basic unit of life as well. So I'm going to write the definition but in the form of level. How we are making it level? So definition: when different organelles are gathered together or assembled together, you can also write assembled is the best word, are assembled together in a particular way, in a specialized way, they form unit of life. Simple thing, they form basic unit of organization called cells. So I'm writing here, they form units of life. Units of life mean life of living. Life means living organism. So units of life that are called cells. So when different organelles are assembled together, जब किसी भी ख़ास तरीके में मुख्तलिफ़ किस्म के ऑर्गेनल्स किसी सेल के अंदर इकट्ठे होते हैं, तो हमारा नेक्स्ट लेवल जो बनता है वो सेल्स ही का होता है या सेल लेवल होता है. क्योंकि सेल्स क्या हैं? ये आपके ज़िंदगी के बुनियादी इकाइयाँ हैं. इनके बग़ैर आपकी ज़िंदगी मुकम्मल नहीं हो सकती. यानी आपका अगर इस वक्त वजूद मुकम्मल है, आप एक मुकम्मल इंसान हैं, तो क्यों है? क्योंकि ये आपके यूनिट्स ऑफ लाइफ की मदद से आपका जो है जिस्म जो है, ये बॉडी आपकी मुकम्मल हुई है. और जितने आप फंक्शंस भी परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं वो भी उसके लिए आप किसके मोहताज हैं? आप सेल के मोहताज हैं, क्योंकि सेल ही आपका बेसिक स्ट्रक्चरल और फंक्शनल यूनिट है. नाउ अनदर हेडिंग रिलेटेड टू द सेल लेवल इज़ एग्जाम्पल्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू हैव टू नोट डाउन दैट there are some different types of cells. So I'm writing here in the form of example type of cell. There are basically two types of cells. I think you must be familiar with it. The first type is called the prokaryotic cell. You have to give the heading prokaryotic cells or prokaryotes. while the second type of cells are called eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells. In this case, the first type of cell, that is the prokaryotic cell, in some of the cases and the most protist, which are the unicellular organism, the entire body of the organism consists of a single cell. प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल्स क्या होते हैं? ये ऐसे सेल्स या ऐसे ऑर्गेनिजम्स पर मुश्तमिल हैं जो कि ज़्यादातर सिंगल सेल जो है वो कंटेन करते हैं, और वही सिंगल सेल उनकी ज़िंदगी के तमाम काम अंजाम देते हैं या देता है. वाइल द यूकैरियोटिक सेल के केस में अगर हम देखें, सो मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द फंजाई, एनिमल्स, प्लांट्स, all these organisms including human beings, they consist of up to trillion of cells. यानी इतने ज़्यादा इनके जिस्म में सेल्स मौजूद होते हैं जिनकी वजह से हम इनको यूकैरियोटिक सेल्स यानी मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, जबकि प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल्स को यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में भी शामिल कर सकते हैं. So you have to write down the types of cell in the examples of cell level in the form of prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell, and you have to note down that what are the prokaryotic cells and what are prokaryotes. Basically, prokaryotes are those organisms which are mostly protist. Somehow you can say the mostly protist because the all unicellular organisms are included in it. And you can give example of prokaryotic cell in this way as well. In case of most protist, you can write down amoeba, which is a familiar example. And along with the eukaryotic cell, there are many animals and plants, so you can write even cat is a multicellular or has multicellular body. You can take the example of any plant like rose and so many other examples. So these eukaryotic cells are made up of not one cell, not two cells. They are made up of trillion of cells. So this is the description about the cell level. Next level of organization is called tissue level. Tissue level. For this purpose, we have to define the tissue first, and the definition becomes will be that what is a tissue. First of all, you have to define what is a tissue. So a tissue is what is a tissue? A tissue is a group of similar cells. यानी टिश्यू एक जैसे सेल्स पर मुश्तमिल जो है वो सेल्स का ग्रुप है. सिमिलर सेल्स का एक ऐसा ग्रुप है जो ना सिर्फ एक शक्ल सूरत के लिहाज से आपस में मिलते जुलते हैं, बट दे आर स्पेशलाइज्ड फॉर, बल्कि वो एक तरह से मखसूस होते हैं. मखसूस होते हैं फॉर द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ कॉमन फंक्शन एज वेल. परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ कॉमन फंक्शन. इसके अलावा यानी ये क्या करते हैं, ये आपके ना सिर्फ के एक जैसे होते हैं सेल, बल्कि साथ साथ इनका काम होता है एक मखसूस काम अंजाम देना, और ये एक मखसूस काम जो है वो एक ही फंक्शन होता है जो ये अंजाम देते हैं. फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल you can write or give some examples of the tissue level, and examples you can take from the plant tissues as well as from the animal tissues. You can make the category of the tissue into two, like tissues are divided into the animal tissues and the plant tissues. Animal tissues, and on the other hand you can write the plant tissues. So in the form of flow sheet you can give your answer very well. Make sure or make this thing in your mind that you have to make flow sheet, small sort of diagrams. This will make your work presentable and impressive. So animal tissues further divided into many types which are included in it. You can write any two of your choice. For example, epithelial tissues. And another type of example, you can write the nervous tissues, muscular tissues. So I'm here writing the nervous tissues. Nerve tissue you can also write. Then we have some examples of the plant tissues as well. In plant tissues, the outer covering tissues are called the epidermal tissues. Epidermal tissues, and along with it we can also write the ground tissues. Ground tissues. Even you can write the compound tissues like xylem and phloem as well. So these are some of the examples of animal tissues and plant tissues which are somewhat resembling in their shape, but also we can also say that they have some common function as well. For example, the epithelial cells, these are the 1, 2, 3 and 4 epithelial cells. Here I am talking about these tissues called epithelial tissues. Now epithelial tissue consisting of 1, 2, 3 and 4 different types of cells, but they are not different exactly. Why? Because they are similar in their shape. All of these are rectangular in shape. Not only this, but they are specialized for the performance of common function. They are also performing, not only they are similar, but having their common function, similar function as well. For example, if this first epithelial cell is performing the function of the covering of the animal body, then the second and third and fourth cell, they are also doing the same thing. They are also doing the same function, that is, they cover the body of the animal. So in this similar manner, all these tissues are actually the combination, are actually formed by the cells which are similar in their shape. Not only similar in their shape, but also similar in their function as well. So this is about the tissue level along with examples. And the next and last topic of the lesson is organ and organ system level. Organ system level. So according to this topic, we are going to first split this topic into two parts. The first part is about the organ level and the second part is about the organ system level. So your first part will become organ level. Again, you have to write down the definition first for the organ level. Definition, how you will define it. So you have to recall your previous level of organization for making the definition, that what is the previous level of organ level. जो अभी आपने पढ़ा था वो कौन सा लेवल था? वो आपने पढ़ा था टिश्यू लेवल. So now you will start your next level from the previous level, that is organ level. आपका start होगा किससे? आपके previous level से, यानी टिश्यू level से. And your definition will become different tissues. Now this time not the similar, different tissues of an organ. Different tissues of an organ are organized together, arranged together, you can also say, and make a unit. Make a unit called an organ. Clear? So what is the organ level? एक ऐसा लेवल, एक ऐसा दर्जा, एक ऐसा मकाम जिस पर हम ये कहते हैं कि जब डिफरेंट टिश्यूज़ किसी भी ऑर्गन के अंदर इस तरह से तरतीब पाएँ कि वो डिफरेंट तरह के जो टिश्यूज़ हैं मुख्तलिफ़ किस्म के फंक्शन में अब एक तरीके से इन्वॉल्व होते हुए आपके बॉडी का एक ऐसा यूनिट बनाएं जिसको हम ऑर्गन कहते हैं. तो ये एक कंप्लीट डेफिनेशन आपके सामने आ जाती है कि जिस्म के अंदर ऑर्गन कैसे बनता है जब डिफरेंट टिश्यूज़ मुख्तलिफ़ तरीके से मुख्तलिफ़ काम अंजाम देते हुए इस तरह से अपने आप को अरेंज करें कि वो एक यूनिट बन जाएं, एंड दैट यूनिट इज़ कॉल्ड ऑर्गन. नाउ एग्जांपल ऑफ द organ level, there are a lot of examples outside and inside of your body. I'm taking here the example of stomach. So what is basically the stomach or stomach? So stomach is basically the part or organ of your digestive system. What is the stomach? Stomach is the organ of your digestive system, and it is an organ which is actually specific for the digestion of protein and for storing food inside your body. So there are two functions which are related to the stomach. First one, that it is involved in the digestion of food, especially which food, which is called the digestion of protein, and along with it, it is also storing the food inside it. ये साथ साथ फूड को जमा करने का काम भी अंजाम देता है. Now stomach basically not only according to the function it performs different like digestion of protein and storing food, but according to structure we can move to their tissues as well. So this is the scheme of stomach according to the tissues which are present in its structure. So there are two types of tissues which are present in its structure. One is called epithelial tissues and the second one is called muscular tissues. Now you are going to write the separate heading for this and also mention their function. Epithelial tissues are also called the glandular tissues. इनका दूसरा नाम glandular tissues भी है. Now which two major functions these two tissues are performing for the stomach? So basically first of all, epithelial tissues, which are called the glandular tissue, they secrete gastric juice for the digestion of protein, while the muscular tissues are involved in the contraction of stomach walls for the grinding of food and moving food to the posterior end. So these two tissues perform their specific function, which collectively become the function of stomach. According to structure of stomach, it is basically consisting of two parts, cardiac end and the pyloric end, and afterwards the small intestine or intestine has been started. So basically we can say that inner wall of the stomach, that is this is inner wall, contains many digestive glands. So this outer covering of the stomach is called epithelial tissue. This layer, this outer wall is made up of many epithelial tissues which contain the special kind of digestive gland in them. Digestive gland. And what are the name of these glands? Gastric glands. Gastric glands. And these glands are involved in various secretions. Various liquids have been secreted, various sort of liquids, or you can simply say that gastric juice actually produces a kind of juice which is called the gastric juice. Gastric juice. Gastric juice जो है वो इसमें से रिलीज होता है, सीक्रेट होता है, and this gastric juice is normally used for the digestion of protein. So this is the detail about the epithelial tissue, which is also called glandular. Now you know the reason why it is called the glandular tissue, because epithelial tissue consists of different gastric glands, and the word glandular comes from the glands. In the similar manner, muscular tissues also have some functions for the digestion as well as for regulating the whole function of the stomach. So basically the muscular tissue or muscle tissues perform the contraction of stomach walls for grinding of food as well as moving food to the posterior end. For example, अगर आप यहाँ से consider करें कि ये आपकी एक bite है जो आपने ली है, this is a normal bite of protein, या आपकी bite जो है वो मीट का कोई पीस भी हो सकता है, मटन का कोई पीस हो सकता है. सो बेसिकली जब आपने ये बाइट ली तो बाइट जो है वो आपके मुंह से होते हुए, च्यू होते हुए आपने च्यूइंग किया उसको, तो च्यूइंग होते हुए वो कहाँ पहुँची? वो स्टमक के अंदर पहुँची. स्टमक के अंदर क्या चीज़ है? स्टमक के अंदर आपके एपिथेलियल टिश्यूज़ मौजूद हैं, मस्कुलर टिश्यूज़ मौजूद हैं। तो जैसे ही फूड एंटर होने के बाद बाकायदा तौर पे जो मसल जिनसे ये आपका स्टमक बना हुआ है, मसल टिश्यूज़, इस तरह से मैं ड्रॉ कर देती हूँ ताकि आपको क्लियर हो जाए। तो ये मसल टिश्यूज़ हैं फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल। ये क्या करते हैं, ये बाकायदा तौर पे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होते हैं, फिर उसके बाद रिलैक्स होते हैं, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होते हैं, रिलैक्स होते हैं। इस मूवमेंट की वजह से, यानी इस स्टमक के इस मूवमेंट की वजह से जो फूड आपने बाइट ली होती है, यानी जो स्टमक में आ रही होती है, वो आहिस्ता आहिस्ता आपकी बाकायदा तौर पे यूँ समझ लें कि डाइजेस्ट हो रही होती है, यानी छोटे छोटे पीसेस में डिवाइड हो जाती है। और एक वक्त ऐसा आता है कि मस्कुलर टिश्यूज़ इनको बाकायदा तौर पे स्टमक के पिछले हिस्से में, पोस्टीरियर एंड का मतलब है पिछले हिस्से में भेज देता है। लिहाजा एक तरीके से आप कह सकते हैं कि फूड की ग्राइंडिंग का काम अलॉन्ग विद फूड को जो है वो दूसरे अगले हिस्से में या पिछले हिस्से में मुंतकिल कर देना, शिफ्ट कर देना, ये मस्कुलर टिश्यूज़ परफॉर्म करते हैं। As I was discussing the main topic with the organ and organ system level, so organ system level is our second part of the topic, and it is now heading organ system level. Organ system level. So this is the next level related to the organ level. First you have to note down the definition of the organ system level. So what is the definition? Organ system level can be defined as when different organs performing related functions related functions are arranged together or organized together in the form of organ system level. So this will become your definition of organ system level, that यूँ भी आप डिफ़ाइन कर सकते हैं इसको कि जब डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स जो हैं वो अपने अपने मखसूस काम अंजाम देते हुए कुछ इस तरह से अरेंज हों, इस तरह से मिलकर उनकी तरतीब बने कि वो एक पूरा लेवल तश्कील दे दें या बना दें, इसे ऑर्गन सिस्टम लेवल कहा जाता है। एंड मैनी ऑर्गन सिस्टम लेवल और ऑर्गन सिस्टम विच आर वर्किंग इन योर बॉडी आर given in the form of examples. You can even write different examples like respiratory system, blood circulatory system, nervous system, excretory system, digestive system, reproductive system. So all these are the examples of the organ system level in which we are here going to describe the digestive system of a man. So what is this digestive system? Digestive system consists of number of organs including the digestive glands, different digestive organs. So we are here now talking about the digestive system. Even you can give another example of respiratory system, and you have to mention the name of organs which are actually participating and performing the function of respiration there. So here we are discussing only the digestive system. And what is the digestive system? It is an example of organ system level in this manner that different organs are making this system, and this system is specialized for the common function. And what is that common function? The common function of this system is digestion. Now various organs which are present in this platform, in this framework of this organ system, carry out the process of digestion for the stomach you have seen previously. Now digestive system, as you know, is an organ system and carries out the process of digestion, and the major organ which are present in its framework now, starting from your oral cavity, which is mouth. What is oral cavity? That is the first part of your digestive system is the oral cavity, and oral cavity means mouth. Then we have next part, stomach or stomach. The third part is we can also give examples, intestine, small and large intestine. Then we have digestive glands of our body. And what are these digestive glands? They are liver as well as pancreas. Liver and pancreas. So all these organs are making one system called the digestive system, because all these organs help in the process of digestion. That's why they are making one system called the digestive system.